Hello everyone, welcome back to Populous Free the Beginning. Last time we went through a crisis of faith, and now we are going to obtain some combined forces. Now, for what the title of the level actually is, I didn't really know until I realised that you get 2 volts of knowledge in this level, so I'm guessing that's what it means. So, after a quick options change, and then we go to another level, we've got ourselves our starting settlement. We've got ourselves 2 small huts, and we don't really have a lot of space to begin with. But right there is the Vault of Knowledge for the guard tower, which we are going to want immediately. We've also got quite a few wildmen crawling around, as well as a stonehead. Well, I'm sure it's not a huge deal. Then we've got ourselves the other Vault of Knowledge for the Spell of Lightning. Finally, it's good to have another one. And then we've got the Mattock. They've got quite a bit of space available to them, and quite a few wild. So overall, fairly simple level. We're facing up against the Mattock again, now that we've been introduced to all 3 tribes. So we'd best get going. So we're going to make sure we're not charging Swarm, so we have some mana to deal with. But for the meantime, let's have that one brave pray at that stonehead and get ourselves the guard tower from the Vault of Knowledge. And since we've got a couple of small huts, we might as well put a few braves in them because, well, we might as well have a little bit of fun. And we've got one more space for hut, so we might as well place them down and get the guys ready to start building a guard tower. So it shouldn't be too difficult. And from that stonehead we get the spell of Convert. Now we can cast it on wildmen and turn them into braves of our own. We'll soon get the guard tower. And just to figure out what kind of what the best places to cast Convert are, because we have quite a bit of wildmen available to us, and we finally get the guard tower. So a guard tower can be placed pretty much anywhere on the map, and new buildings can be placed next to them, because as you can see, we don't really have anywhere to build. But if we place down a guard tower, then we'll be able to build a new settlement right there. This allows us to relocate our settlement pretty much immediately. We can do whatever we want. And in order to help with the building of the guard tower, we're going to convert some wildmen. Convert is a very useful spell. And since we got Blast charged up, we might as well charging Swarm as well. But it's very simple. Convert creates a small circle of light, and any wildman within that vicinity will get converted. It is a very useful spell. And if you time it right, you're able to convert quite the number of followers. As you can see, we got 4 there, which is pretty nifty. And I'm just figuring out where the best place to really cast it again. And we'll just going to place down another couple of huts, because why not? But we've only got a certain range from the guard tower, which means we can't exactly just place a guard tower and we'll be able to just create someone anywhere. We have to do it close to the guard tower. And the world map is pretty useful, as it really shows you where any groups of wildmen are, allowing you to easily see where you should probably cast a convert spell. And the Mattock is building up their settlement kind of alright, but we're not really going to give it too much time. And with a little bit of waiting, might as well cast it on those 2. We've got a couple braves. Don't really need to cast convert on for just like a single brave. It's best to do it in like smallish clumps. I'm thinking, I could cast it over there, couldn't I? But I've decided against it. And since we got that hut done, we can now build some training huts. And that's all we're going to need to really... that's all we're going to really build in this level. We don't really need too much. This is, you know, still in the early levels. And we're going to have our braves construct our warrior training huts. And I think, that's a bit too far away. As you can see, we've already started to guard the Vault of Knowledge, so unless you want it immediately, you'll have to like go there like to be right at the start. And I thought, might as well just convert those 2 there. And we're going to start building our training huts up. So now what we're going to be doing is just waiting for our... just going to wait for our Braves to construct our training huts, I'll raise up an army, and then we'll go destroy the Matic. Now the Matic in this level will attack you. The same can be true of levels 2 and 3, but because I did it so quickly, I never really got the chance to show it off. And this is showing there that when the enemy casts convert, their range is a lot bigger. They convert a lot more Braves because they manage to convert Wildmen even outside their circle, which is really annoying. We'll definitely see more interesting ways of showing it in the future. And Settlement's doing fairly alright. Yeah, the enemy will come and attack you. The Matic definitely, this will probably be, if you've been going through the levels fairly quickly, then this will probably be the first level in which you'll be attacked. Especially because the Matic Shaman does have the spell of lightning, which means that any guard towers that you create will most likely get toasted, if you don't see it coming. So, let's start training up our forces. We've only got 2 spells that's really need charging, so not gonna worry about anything like that. And our huts are getting bigger and bigger, our population more and more. But if the Matic did come and attack us, since we have our Shaman in the guard tower, and here I thought that maybe she was coming to attack us, but no, she's just gonna go and convert some guys. But since our Shaman's in the guard tower, her spells have longer reach. And if there were any, if the enemy did approach us and there was someone in the guard tower, then an alarm would sound and also notify you that, hey, you're being attacked. You best step up to the plate, boy. But we've got ourselves a fairly smallish force. We don't really need any more than that. Especially if we do things quite quickly, then the Matic doesn't really have a chance in order to build up. Just gonna wait for the last couple of followers to be trained. And the fourth of that should do us quite nicely. So, let's go and get ourselves going. Let's go and get ourselves the lightning bolt of knowledge. As you can see, they've built up their settlements fairly quite a bit. Ours is maybe a little bit bigger. We've got about 5 huts, they've got about 5 huts. It amounts to around about the same, honestly. And might as well get some our huts filled so we've got some mana so we can start charging some more spells. Anyway, we might as well, since there's no preachers really nearby, might as well start preaching. And for some reason, Brave decided to break out of it and just attack us. I'm not really sure what happened there. But now that we've sort of breached their defences, we're going to start getting attacked. And for some bizarre reason, I'm just ignoring those until it's just a bit too late. But whatever, our forces are more than enough to deal with it. Once we get the spell of lightning, we are going to pretty much destroy the Matic settlement. So we have a fairly small force and there's a couple of breaches, but because we got there pretty early, they're not ready for us, like at all. And those two look like they're... well, they're going to get their asses kicked, that's for sure. And for some bizarre reason, the Matic doesn't really care. He's just casting... whatever. Our is just going to chase it for a bit because she's a little bit slower than the warriors. Yeah, we're just going to let them deal with it. And unfortunately, our warrior also got a bit too close to that guard tower which has a preacher in it. When there are preachers inside guard towers... yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, our shaman just got pushed into the water, which is really annoying, but there's not a lot we can do about that. So yeah, that's what happens when our shaman dies. A bit of her mana goes towards the enemy, and she'll be reincarnated soon enough. So yeah, first shaman death of the LP. It will not be the last. Oh god, will not be the last. But regardless, when a preacher is in a guard tower, then they have their sort of preaching circle range increased, and they'll be able to convert any nearby followers. A preacher will be able to go into a enemy preacher's hut and kill them. And of course you can always torch them with lightning with the shaman. And it looks like she's... I don't know what's with the AI, but it is fairly early in the game, so it's not too surprising that she's doing something stupid. And even though my shaman's reincarnated, it's a bit too far away. Our forces can usually deal with it. We're nearly done here, as you can tell by the length of the video. Here's an interesting little tidbit. It seems that Brave is trying to attack our shaman, because when the enemies get to really low numbers, they all just start charging your shaman again, more of an all-else. And somehow he couldn't reach my shaman. I'm not entirely sure why that was, but AI pathing. But there we go. That is the Matic settlement destroyed and the level completed. Fairly simple, and we have our very first shaman death. And now we have got ourselves level 5, Death from Above. See you guys then.